because I'm always going off how I feel. Like, I'm not going to go and record a song if I don't feel the beat emotionally anyways. So I think I just get in a certain headspace, and I want to make sure that music reflects that. So I'm constantly conscious of that when recording music.
Welcome back, everybody, to
the Soul Serum Podcast.
I am your we've been going up like the Aegon host, Clay Bonine. I am usually joined by my she just popped a pill and I don't think it's ibuprofen co-host Tanner Mavis. He's not here with us today, unfortunately, but we're still here. Soul Serum Podcast, you know the fucking vibes. Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter, obviously at Soul Serum and Soul Serum TV. Subscribe to us on YouTube, main page, TV page. Follow us on TikTok, Discord, Patreon, all the shit's in the bio. Don't worry about it. And this is our first interview back. This is our first interview in 2022. And as a matter of fact, it is our first time having a guest return onto the show. It's been almost 9 months since the last time we've talked, but I'm happy to see him back here. And his newest project, Be Careful What You Wish For, just dropped. Go get that everywhere. Welcome back to the show, Hayes from the KY.
Sir,
good. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy that you're back on the podcast, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
man, no complaints.
You all drove up here from Louisville today in the cold Cincinnati weather.
It started to snow a little bit on the way.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, little flurries.
Dude, it's weird. Like the weather up here and the weather in Louisville, like sometimes it's the same and then other times it'll be like the complete opposite.
I don't know if the elevation has anything to do with that. I feel like my ears kind of popped like coming in.
We definitely are. Cincinnati's like at a higher elevation than Louisville is, but yeah, you know. Are you a meteorologist? Or?
I don't know anything about that type of shit. For real.
Any meteorologists who are watching the podcast, come holler at us. We need to know about elevation and weather changes. But man, so at the time of recording this, your new project, Be Careful What You Wish For, came out a little bit under a month ago. Congrats on that, by the way. How does it feel to get the tape out into the world? Because I know you've been sitting on a lot of these songs like for a while, right?
Yeah, I have.
I think you played one or two of the songs after the first podcast that we did, which was like 9 months ago. So I know you've had these songs for a while. Yeah,
I made the first part of that project like in like a week or two time period. It was really quick. Like a lot of that stuff that you heard was like, I made it probably February of 2021. But yeah, it feels really good to get, you know, a lot of that off my chest. It was 17 tracks, so it was a big chunk of music. And, you know, I had been sitting on it for a little bit, but it was all, you know, 99% of that project was recorded in 2021. So it was a lot of fresh music that I kind of saved up real quick and then dropped at the end of the year. So
yeah. And like last time that we talked, you hadn't dropped a project in like over 2 years, and then you dropped Kentucky Fried. And this time it's been like 8 or so months, 9 months since you dropped that. So what has like changed? Like how are you tackling your music like dropping and promotion? Like are you in a different mode now, or is this just like how the pieces have fallen?
I think I always get better with staying consistent. That's always been a big issue with me, and I'm sure for a lot of other artists too. It's always like a race against time to stay consistent and, you know, roll out music videos while getting new music together. And I don't know, it's a lot. You just have to you have to prepare a lot. And if you're not, you know, if you don't have things ready to go before things need to be released, and you kind of have that hiatus. So that's why I had the hiatus as far as like not dropping music until Kentucky Fried. I was just wanting to get a big lump sum of music together to even drop. But as far as what's changed, I don't know. I just, like I said, I think I'm just more fine-tuned as far as staying efficient and being consistent overall.
Yeah. Honing in the focus,
yeah,
if you will.
And used to, like, I would kind of wait to get inspired to record things, and now it's like there's no creative block. If I don't feel like recording that day, I'm still going to attempt to make a song at least. So
it's like a good exercise. It keeps your creative like muscles flexed to do that. Yeah. Honestly, I feel that way with the podcast sometimes. I'll like sit down to edit it and I'm just like, really don't like want to do this, but
Right.
like, you know that like that consistency of still working towards it, like it's going to be better for the overall project.
Exactly. Yeah. You'll be glad that you did it later for sure.
Yeah. We recorded a podcast, earlier this week so that I didn't have to do like the 1 day turnaround on this podcast. And I was low key like, fuck, I'm just like, we recorded it late at night. It was just like a weird thing, but I was like, I know sometimes you got to like trick yourself and tell your mind like, yo, this is going to be better for you. You just got to suck it up and do it.
Definitely.
So let's talk about the project. Let's talk about Be Careful What You Wish For. How have people been receiving it? What are you seeing from everybody?
People are really excited about it. I'm a quality over quantity type of person in a lot of aspects. And, you know, I don't have the most fans in the world, but the people that do tap in, like I see profound things from people, the things they say about the project. And I don't know, I feel really blessed that people have received it this well. And that, because I care a lot about the music that I do release. And especially this project, it was pretty personal to me. And the fact that most people say that they have listened from top to bottom, you know, and this day and age of attention spans, you know, that also means a lot to me, that people can like, you know.
It's valuable enough that people want to go through and listen to the whole thing. Yeah. 17 songs low key is kind of a lot, like as far as like the 2022 landscape of music. 17 songs is kind of a lot. Like, did you consider that at all when you were putting it together?
Because at first, like a good half of Be Careful What You Wish For was like I said, recorded in probably a week or two time back in February. So hell, I had like 8, 9, 10 like songs ready to go off that by like midsummer, and I was just gonna drop it as like a little EP. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of like larger projects in general. I just feel like, I don't know, like when I look back at some of my favorite artists, like when they really released that project, you know, like, I don't know, it just kind of ushers in an era for like culture and that artist. So I think it's important to take projects seriously and not just kind of throw them out there.
I, as has been said on this podcast many times, I'm a bit of a stickler about album length. It's just like a trivial, like kind of nerdy music thing. 17 songs for me personally, I feel like is a lot, but I think it worked on this project. But that is always something like that I'm like, I'm like, all right, I'm about to listen to this album. What's it going to be? If it's like 21 songs, hour 10, I'm like, fuck.
No, that's too much.
Unless the album is like a masterpiece or it's coming from somebody who is capable of producing a masterpiece. Right. Like sometimes, but your album's still under an hour though. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think it's like 49 minutes.
Yeah. And I think that like, that's also something too, is like, I get caught up sometimes in like the track number, but like 49 minutes, I think is a good album length as well. So the new project for me, it's interesting. Like you've created an atmosphere with this one that was different than on Kentucky Fried, right? It's dark, but it's also kind of glitzy. There's like this like guilty pleasure kind of mood about it. Sure. So talk to me about how you developed the direction for this project. So you made most of it within like a week or two. Yeah. So bro, was that like a chaotic like week or two? Or
Sheesh. Yeah, it was definitely chaotic. I was going through like a lot of seasonal depression and just a lot of drama and a lot of bullshit in my life about a year ago. And I was trying to wrap up Kentucky Fried, and I don't know, my homie Quentin, my manager, actually put me onto some Forever Rolling beats, and he was like, bro, you just need to like get outside of your box and just make music right now. Even though you're going through it, you're trying to wrap this project up, just like keep recording. And yeah, I made a bunch of really heartfelt songs, and they were really easy to make. You know, I was treating music as like my just complete outlet at that point. I was just so damn stressed out. And so, yeah, I made I Love When Everybody's Drunk, Ear Ecstasy, Late Nights, Misery. I think all 4 of those in like a week. And I was like, damn, this really has a cohesive feel to it already. And like, it just kind of naturally took its own direction. And I was like, yeah, I need to, that's going back to what I said. That's why I thought it was going to be like an 8, 9 track EP. And then as I like developed the project, I was like, oh, you know, I should just keep going with this sound and direction, because it's something I want to elaborate on.
When the Forever Rolling tag hits on Misery, I'm like, oh God, he's got a great producer tag.
Yeah, no,
that is fuck. One day, I'm saying this to the camera so I can remember it for later. I want to do a producer tag ranking tier list type video or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Forever Rolling has a really good one. So when you were like, so you realize that you like have this kind of sound, right? And then do you start picking beats a little differently, like to try and put it all together, or are you just like making songs and when you find one that kind of fits, then you're like, oh, okay, I'll put this one in here.
I try to go that second direction because I don't want to put myself in a box making music at any point in time. But at the same time, a lot of times I just kind of naturally find what I need, and because I'm always going off how I feel. Like, I'm not going to go and record a song if I don't feel the beat emotionally anyways. So I think I just get in a certain headspace, and I want to make sure that music reflects that. So I'm constantly conscious of that when recording music. So, but the thing is, like, as that project developed a little bit, I saw this idea of a more like full length project, something that I'd never really done before. And I kind of started thinking of like great albums that I liked. And I was like, yo, like you need to switch it up a little bit, because nobody's going to listen to 10 plus songs of the same type of vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And there were other aspects of those feelings and things I was going through that I didn't want it to be so one dimensional. I wanted to elaborate on it a little bit more. So
yeah. Well, I think one of the songs I specifically want to talk about that I think relates to this kinda is Living Dead. I've never heard you experiment with your vocals like that before on any of the other music. There's like a real strain and like a real regret in that chorus. Yeah. Like, so just talk to me about that song a little bit. Like what was going through your mind? What was happening when you were recording that one?
So I made that right before, I probably made that in October. So be careful what you wish for. The recording sessions were kind of in two different parts. I made a lot of music at the beginning of 2021, and then kind of waned off as I released Kentucky Fried. And then like low-key right before I dropped the project, I kind of got a second wind and made a bunch of songs. And I made Living Dead. And I've always heard people tell me, they're like, you know, you're going hard, like you're making great music, but they're like, I feel like you're just holding back a little bit. There's something that you're not getting off your chest. Yeah. You're not just going as hard as you can. Yeah. And that's always been like a goal of mine. Because like, you know, as an artist, when you're on the microphone, like you always feel like you can get that better take. You can always be like going harder. You can always write a little more. Yeah. You can always write a little more in depth. And so with that song, I was like, I'd already like written like the chorus. It just came off top, and I was like, bro, this is a chance that I can just go the fuck in. And I think I was literally naturally just going that hard on the microphone that it like sounds like that. That's why the first like couple minutes of that, I'm just to the max. There's
real strain. Did the first Percocet you take have fentanyl in it?
Bro, I'm pretty sure it did, because which is fucked up to talk about.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I put it in the damn song, which was like the play on that. I was like, I'm not proud of it. Please don't retell it.
Right. No, and I think that like this was a great song for you to do this with your voice on, because I think it relates to like the lyrics very well. You know, it has added another dimension. Like the song Living Dead could have been one thing, but having this strain and like you hear the actual like guilt or regret in it. You know what I mean? Like I think that added a whole dimension to the song, a new dimension.
Well, that moment's, I've never really talked about that in music, and there's a lot of things that I don't talk about in music, a lot of things that I've been through and seen, and I don't know, it's not anything I want to glorify, but that was something I just wanted to get off my chest.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like you're glorifying it in the song. Right. You know what I mean? It's a cautionary tale for sure.
But I always love lyrics that have shock factor, but still hold weight. And when I'm writing songs like that, I'm like, damn, can I like spice things up any? And that just kind of came off, and I was like, fuck, that's pretty wild to put in a chorus, but I feel like it worked for that song. So
well, talk to me. The other one I want to talk about for sure is Ear Ecstasy. Little club banger type vibes. Talk to me about that song. I made
that one like when I made the other songs too, if I didn't mention that.
Yeah. I think what you showed me after the podcast, I think you showed me I Love When Everybody's Drunk. And I think you showed me Ear Ecstasy,
Yeah,
but I don't know if did you have the name for it at that time?
Nah.
I don't think you did.
The working title was like, I don't even know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember
I'm not
either.
sure.
But talk to me about that song too. What was going on with that? Did you go into it? Did you hear that beat and you were like, yes, this is the one right here. I'm about to make my club banger.
Well, I do kind of consider what type of song it's going to sound like, but bro, I just get intimate with the beat. If I like the beat, then I just everything goes away and I'm just focused on the song itself. And that is a very moving beat, you know, like as soon as it comes on, it's like, God damn. So I knew it felt fun to record and it was fun to write and it just kind of naturally came. And so like as soon as that song was recorded, I was like, bro, this is probably going to be the favorite, you know, because
it's got
you just kind of know.
It's got that fucking like that pressing, that pushing beat to it. And it's hard not to like move your head to it, you know?
And also Fist produced that one. He also produced Twin Pack off Kentucky Fried, which was kind of the favorite as well. So
bro, I want to get Fish on the podcast, bro. He's been mentioned like a couple of times on the podcast, and the stuff that he's been doing recently, have you like listened to any of the stuff he's been doing with Wyland?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that sound a little bit.
Yeah. It's definitely more I keep saying club banger, but that's not really what I mean. I mean like song that gets you moving. Song that gets you moving. It's just dancey, you know. It's dancey. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Exactly. He's been making a lot of dancey stuff recently. He's fucking fire though. I love all the stuff that he touches. Speaking of producers, shout out to our good friends Rocco and Gately, who both show up on Be Careful What You Wish For. Actually, Rocco and Gately cooked up beats in this exact spot that we are sitting in before the podcast was like fully set up. Like I got like the turf down and everything, and they just like came over and just like set the laptop up. How did you connect with them?
I met Rocco at Tanner's birthday party last year.
Oh, right. And
then, but I had known about him because of Joe Dirt. He was mixing Gucci songs, and Rocco had produced some of them. And I always really fucked with Rocco's production. I actually want more beats. Rocco, if you're listening to this, please respond to my DMs.
I feel like Rocco. Don't feel all love Rocco, but he do be taking a long time to reply sometimes, though. You know, I've seen that man's messages app. It's got like 127 in the bubble.
Jesus Christ, that would give me an anxiety attack. Bro.
Yeah, dude. As soon as I have a fucking red bubble, I'm like on the shit, bro. I can't do it. What we talk? Oh yeah. So you got connected with Rocco through that.
And then Gately, I think I just met him at a show in Louisville probably a couple months ago, but I think I heard some beats. I think him and Pango had posted some together, and bro, if I hear something I like and I think that it's like accessible as far as production goes, like I won't hesitate to reach out. So I think I just hit him up and was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get this like now," and he like I don't know, I didn't get it till like a few days later, and then I ended up in Florida. I was in Tampa Bay and just wrote that song down there. He had sent me like a beat pack like a week or two later. So that was in April.
Are you a Florida man too? Obviously, you know, Kentucky.
I'm a crazy ass Florida man, you know.
you be sitting out on the beach a little too long, leathery skin.
I wear sunscreen. I wear hella sunscreen.
What SPF we talking about?
The thing is, I've heard that the SPF doesn't really make a difference if it's above like 30 or 50 or something like that.
That's what I hear too, but I put the like, fucking 70 on. It's like glue. I fucking put that bitch on. It's like a mental thing for me, you know?
Well, it's basically like, even though it's 50 SPF higher, like the 90 is more than, like it doesn't block 50 extra % of the sun. It's on like 2 more % or something. Man, so
we need meteorologists and sunscreen manufacturers to hit us up
for
after,
sure. I'm trying
after
to
the
figure
podcast. Well, let's stick with talking about the beats for a second, because I love your ear for beats. And I think sometimes when you compliment somebody like about their song and you're like, oh, I love this beat, it almost feels like a way of me being like, hey, your part was okay.
It's all right.
But
the
like
beat though.
But I mean this like genuinely though. Like I think you have a really good ear for beats. So like what tickles your ear as far as like inspiration or sound? Like what are you attracted to?
like I said, I know it when I hear it. It's a feeling more than anything. First off, if like the percussion isn't there, it's hard to really rap over anything or do anything with it. So the percussion has to just be like, has to move me in some type of way. I like groovy shit. So yeah, percussion is like a huge thing. And also like, I like catchy songs. If a beat makes a melody come into my head, then I'm more apt to like, definitely record it like that. I don't know. I just know when I hear it. I can't really explain it. I know when it's me. I know when I can do something over a beat. You know?
It's got to be unique, like to you. That is. It has to be unique to you. Yeah,
for sure.
That makes sense. How was the show in Louisville recently?
It was good.
How was it? I know we talked about it, but let's talk about it at large on the podcast now.
I think it could have been better. It was last second.
Have you performed a lot? Like, have you performed a lot of live shows?
I've done several. I've done like handfuls. I used to do a bunch in Nashville when I lived there back in the day. That was like,
well, they have fucking, you can like every mile you can perform music at like 70 different places in Nashville.
Right. And there was a big like underground scene like there as far as like hip hop. They've always been trying to pioneer like hip hop there as a scene. It's still kind of struggling to form there, but there was a big like DIY scene at the time. So I was doing hella shows down there. But the last show I had done in Louisville was late 2019, right before the pandemic, with Trap Steve actually, and then he came out for this one as well.
Shout out Trap Steve, by the way.
But yeah, I mean, it was last second. It was a good turnout, but I feel like we could have sold more tickets if COVID didn't hit again.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Fucking Decepticon or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, man. We couldn't even do our first podcast that we had scheduled because of the fucking fungus, man.
Exactly.
But what is the like? So I haven't lived in Louisville for like a couple years, but I'm still like fuck with people and I'm tapped in there. But like, what is the Louisville hip hop scene right now from the perspective of an artist? Like, how do you feel about it?
Bro, I don't even really think about the scene like that all that often. It's funny you ask that because like I wouldn't even call it like a rap scene. Like there's definitely artists that I fuck with from Louisville, but I don't know. I wouldn't really call myself even part of like a hip hop scene there or anything. Really? Yeah.
Interesting. See, from my perspective, just like seeing it through like Instagram and shit basically is like, it seems like there are more people in Louisville now, like looking to become rappers or just artists in general, which like is not necessarily a bad thing. But I think there's like the obvious influence from Jack and Bryson and just like Louisville just started to get a little bit more light on it.
Right.
It seems like there are a lot of people trying to like move and do shit in Louisville right now. But you don't feel like you're a part of like the scene though?
I mean, I feel like I'm part of the scene. I just think that Louisville has a very rich culture and I wouldn't associate that culture with just being like a hip hop rap scene. Like I just feel like it has a natural homegrown culture and like, I don't know.
Comes as an outsider.
True.
Yeah, I'm not originally from Louisville, so I can only speak on what I've seen for the past couple of years, but I don't know. There's a lot of other things that inspire me about Louisville other than just like strictly like the rap scene, even though there are so many talented like rap artists out of Kentucky and out of Louisville, period.
Yeah. Well, what inspires you? What about it? Is it the murky waters of the Ohio River? Yo, side note, I just got to say this real quick. Go Bengals, who day? But we watched the Bengals play on TV yesterday, and they showed this aerial shot of like Paul Brown Stadium in the Ohio River, and it just looked like shit, dude. It looked so bad. I was like, man, get this fucking camera angle off the screen, bro. Don't show these people this. Like, I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
I'm going to just start naming artists that I fuck with from Louisville. That's all I can
that
really
works
do.
too.
I fuck with Hendo, Houdini. Shout out him. Zanaya is another great artist from Louisville. And these are people I actually like tap in and listen to.
She never hit me back in the DMs.
Hit him back. Come on now, girl.
Hit me back, please. She lives in New York now, though, right? So we got Zoom.
But yeah, all these artists I've listened to and fuck with personally. Hendo, great artist. Zanaya. Sloob.
I I actually went to elementary school with him and Tufo. Yeah. Wait, you went to Brandeis? Yeah. Damn. All right, we got to talk about that on our podcast. We got to talk about that. Damn, that's crazy. For real? Damn. I don't think I have any yearbooks here. Anywho. Yeah, I went to elementary school with them, though. Damn, you also went to elementary school with my brother, too. How old are you?
I'm 28.
You know John Bonine? Maybe. Okay. All right. Wait, this isn't even your podcast yet, man. Chill out over there. No, you're good, bro. So yeah.
Other artists that I fuck with.
Shout out Trap Steve.
Trap Steve. Fuck.
See,
I don't know Brian the Bandit. I've never met him, but his music goes crazy.
I fuck with Brian Bandit.
Savvy B.
He is like that's like my gym music, bro. Everything that he puts out, just like, I've heard the blend is so hard that I fucking broke it. I'm just in the gym, just like, fuck yeah, this is what I need right now, bro. I should shout out Brian Bandit. I want to ride in your Hellcat too. You think I should DM him and just like not even ask for an interview? Just be like, can I ride around?
What about an interview in the Hellcat?
Ooh, now we are talking.
That would be fine.
We wouldn't be able to hear anything. You just hear like, what? Yeah. Man, you ever been to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Bro, the Hellcat scene down there, bro, it is so
I was
crazy.
coming through back from Florida and I stopped at a gas station. Hellcats everywhere. Like, how do y'all?
Dude, it's everywhere. I thought it was like a joke, but they are.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
Where we.
It's like GTA. Like once you see one car, it's like they're just everywhere.
Everybody's been buying the fucking Hellcat add-ons to GTA. No, but like it's crazy though, bro. Like literally, like even on like the outskirts of the city, these motherfuckers are just fucking Hellcats.
Yeah, it was the outskirts. It was like a little south of Atlanta.
Man, how do you feel about Atlanta? Have you ever like been to Atlanta? Like really like visited there? Like
Wade and I are thinking about moving there actually. Like once our lease is up in Louisville, which is a very bittersweet thought.
We've the Soul Serum team is definitely like we've looked at it. We've talked about it before. Like there's obvious benefits, especially for like what we do. Right. Like obviously, you know, Atlanta has a lot of pros, a lot of benefits to moving there, though.
Louisville's just slow sometimes. I mean, I really do like the nightlife and the scene in Louisville. But you know, we're still in the middle of Kentucky, and that definitely has its cons, setbacks to it. So
I mean, like I just hear shit like stories about people in Atlanta all the time, just like being in a room and they're like, fucking free band gang, just like walked in, and just like random shit like that. And like, I mean, you just can't get that. I don't even think you could get that in like LA for real or New York for real. Like, there's something. Atlanta is dope because like as people from Kentucky, like it's familiar to us. You know, it's Southern. Right. They have similar cultures, similar like foods, Southern draws. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Georgia accent's way different than the Kentucky accent, but like I could see myself living in Atlanta. I could not see myself living in LA. And as much as I would love to live in New York, I know myself, and there's no fucking way I can handle the snow, dude.
Yeah, true. I don't like fucking cold weather at all.
3 inches of snow, I'm like, I was about to say something I shouldn't say. 3 inches of snow, and it really makes me reconsider like everything that I've ever done in my life. I'm like, why am I here right now? You know?
And going back to what you said about Atlanta, like you said, you can be in the studio and anybody random could walk in. Like that's why I would say that Louisville has a scene, but they don't have a scene like that I can even really, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of partying, there's a lot of nightlife, there's a lot of great artists, but in Louisville, I just don't feel like it's to the point where there aren't
resources.
Yeah.
Basically. So that's the problem that we run into in Cincinnati too. There's a lot of people who are really talented here. But we just don't have the resources or the market to do it. And to be honest, like Cincinnati doesn't really have a huge artist related to rap or hip hop to come out of it. You know, like that is one thing I think, like I said earlier, that like I'm sure has helped explode the Louisville music scene. Obviously is like Jack and Bryson Tiller, but like you even have like White Reaper. I know they're like Oldham County or whatever, but you know, for all intents and purposes, Knocked Loose, there's a lot of like actual successful like people coming out of Louisville. Whereas in Cincinnati, it's like we got fucking What's Walk the Moon. Walk the Moon and like Joe Burrow. It's like all we got right now, man. We don't really have
What is
any.
Walk the Moon? I don't even.
They made a song. They made like a retail core song that's like really big. Hold on. I'll play it real quick.
I see Spotify updated my artist image.
H&M Music, Best Buy Music.
Oh yeah.
This song's got 1 billion streams, bro.
Shut up
It's
and dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote that.
You wrote that? Damn, bro, I didn't know that. That's crazy. You probably seeing stupid royalties if you wrote that. That thing's got 1 billion on it.
Yeah, I wish.
Would you consider doing like songwriting stuff for people? Like if somebody was like come out to the studio, we got a bunch of artists like just trying to make something.
If the money was right, because like I can definitely come up with stuff and not really be that attached to the art if I absolutely had to. I don't think that would be the best feeling though. Like I feel like with that being said though, I would go into that with a different mindset. I wouldn't like make it as personal, and I would like just kind of subjectively make music. Or I don't know if that's the right word to describe that, but
no, I know you would make it easier to transfer to another person rather than like making it about yourself.
Right.
I think that would be. Would that not be hard though? Like I mean, you just said you don't have to be too attached to it, but like I feel like for a lot of people though.
I mean, to make fucking fire, yeah, I feel like you do because it comes from an emotional place. So like even when I'm not feeling a track as much, like I don't sing it as well. You know, when I'm more emotional, like I literally hit the notes better. So that's hard to do, but I don't know. There's a difference between like recording artists and songwriters in general. Like some people are just better at like just writing a good, catchy song. So yeah, I would definitely think about it.
Yeah. I know that's like a lot more prevalent in like other styles of music, hip hop and rap. It's not super.
See, when you even like mention that though, I think of like pop songs. I think of like choruses and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I would ever ghostwrite like a verse for somebody.
Even like country music in Nashville. Like there are some people who live in Nashville in some nice houses just because they've written some country songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it living in Nashville? Like, what's the scene like in Nashville? Since I've asked you about.
See, I feel like there's more of a music scene in Nashville that's like there's people there specifically trying to like make music and branch out in the music industry, and there's actually a scene centered around that. So there's a lot more recording studios. Probably a lot, more producers overall, more show opportunities. And this is for like any given artist, if you're popping, it doesn't really fucking matter. I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities no matter where you're at, but it's definitely more developed in Nashville.
Yeah. I mean, they just also have like the history of being a music city too. So that helps a lot.
Well, there's also so many transplants that come there, like I said, just to make music.
Yeah. Nashville fucking got so many new. We went back in November 2020, I think, to skate. We went on a skate trip there. These motherfuckers got so many new restaurants and breweries and shit like that, bro. It's crazy. You can see like where there's like destruction from like tornadoes. And then, like, right next to it, it's like
gentrification.
Asian street cuisine, like
fucked up.
And honestly, the Asian street cuisine restaurant was fire as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, you can definitely see that place is transforming.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Even as somebody, like, this was my first time ever there, but I could tell, though. I was like, there's something shifting here.
Yeah, I was there from, like, late 2015 to, like, early 2020, and it definitely changed, like, right before my eyes.
Yeah.
A lot of it was kind of sad to see, like even from what I saw and even the stories I heard, like just, I don't know, a lot of gentrification and like pushing a lot of people out of the city. And, I just heard the whole landscape of like everything just changed as far as like neighborhoods in the city. And so,
Shout out Nash Vegas though.
Yeah, shout out Nash Vegas. Right. I mean, it definitely formed a lot of me as an artist, a lot of who I am today. So, I'm actually going to go back there and record like next month.
Damn. So nice. You didn't you all meet in Nashville? I think you talked about that on the podcast last time. Yeah. Was there anything else that you want to say that you want to get off your chest? I don't have anything else to ask you today.
I think that covers it. I think everybody should tap in and be careful what you wish for.
Oh shit, bro! How was the new Spider-Man movie? I just gotta ask you,
shit.
how was it? How was it?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Let's not spoil anything, just in case anybody.
Bro,
I haven't seen it, but
You haven't fucking seen it?
no, I haven't seen it.
Damn,
I
bro.
bet
No wonder you're out of fucking questions. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Damn. Why did you not watch that, bro?
It got one of the like big reveals got spoiled to me. So
Me too. I still went in there like a soldier, bro. I was ready. I knew it
I'm
was
not saying
coming.
that's the reason why I haven't seen it, but I am kind of
No
like,
excuses. I saw that bitch twice in 3D.
So you liked it?
Yeah, it's very near and dear to me. Bro, the weird thing is, like, I got the title, Be Careful What You Wish For, randomly. It just kind of hit me. I was like, damn, that's like common phrase, but I wanted to kind of rework it. Knew it was going to be the title. And then all of a sudden, like, they released, this was like early 2021, had been locked that in as the title. And then I saw the first like teaser trailer and he was like, be careful what you wish for, Parker. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's meant to be.
And I think I'd already made that little play on like Kentucky Fried was the red, blue Spider-Man. And then this new project was going to be like symbiote suit, like Spider-Man 3. And then, yeah, the fucking teaser trailer came out. I was like, bro, this is meant to be. And then I was finally working towards a release date. Dropped it on the same fucking day the Spider-Man movie dropped. And then, bro, when I went to see it, the theme, like thematically, like it's like parallel, bro. Like
really?
What he's going through.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you've subconsciously created an accompanying album to the Spider-Man,
which is incredible. And that's the truth, bro. And I didn't mean to do that. And granted, you know, our brains make associations like that, but still,
of course.
No, I've already personally related to that character of Peter Parker, but bro, you just gotta go see the movie. Like I cried.
I will go see
There
it.
were tears rolling down my face, and I don't cry in movies. Not that emotional of a person, but I cried for 45 minutes straight, bro. Just because of how much I related to what this person was going through. Like,
that's amazing. Wow.
Yes.
So is this the best Spider-Man movie? And I don't mean your personal favorite. I mean, is this, if you had to objectively rank the Spider-Man movies?
All I can say is I'm proud of what they've done with this one. I'm proud of this film. I'm glad that they they did the right thing with this one. I think a lot of fans will get a lot from it and have. So,
what's your personal favorite Spider-Man movie?
Still Into the Spider-Verse, because like
Damn,
I
bro.
gotta.
I always whenever I ask that question, that one I never think about that. But
I'll give you my top 3 or
hit
top
me.
4 because it's hard to pick. All right, Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2002, just because that is fucking classic,
Toby.
legendary, iconic, and then this one, no particular order, and then Far From Home is really good too. I really enjoyed that, but I'll leave that off. But top 3, those.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man 2. I like
Okay.
Spider-Man 2. I would like to
It's a good
rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a while, but that was the one that I was always like, Spider-Man 2 is my movie.
Well, it's critically like they always say that one's
Yeah.
a really good one.
They
so,
got emotional.
yeah,
They were like, but what if he had feelings?
Yeah, exactly.
What if the superhero felt
Exactly.
something, you know?
yeah. MCU. You know what I'm saying?
My girl has recently I've started to watch some of the MCU movies, and I've always been like, I've never been super into like superhero movies or anything. I like things grounded in realness. Like, you know, like
Right.
sometimes I just can't turn my brain off.
Right.
But like, I've been watching them, and if I like put the blinders on and I'm like, all right, Clay, it's a fucking superhero movie. Like, you don't have to be critical of the fact that they're destroying New York City. And like, what does that mean logistically? You know, just watch these people
Well, they addressed
beat
that.
some ass. Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I don't
Department of Damage Control.
Okay. I don't think I've gotten that far. That I've watched the first Avengers, Captain Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy, and I saw the first Iron Man when it came out.
Okay.
But like, as far as rewatching the movies, those are the only ones I've seen so far. So.
Yeah, they address all that.
All right. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. I just love watching people destroy New York City, and in my mind, I'm just like, what does this mean? How are they doing
They're
this?
causing millions and billions of damage. Like that
Yeah.
can't be good for society. Yeah, no, I get
Imagine all those memes that are like imagine being in your high-rise apartment and you just see this motherfucker coming. It's just like
Bro,
the
I'd be
Hulk.
pissed.
It's hilarious. Well, thank you for coming on, bro. I appreciate you coming on the podcast again. I want to remind everybody to follow us on. Oh, wait. Where can they find you?
Everywhere. Excuse me.
Motherfucker, you heard him right. Find me everywhere.
Everywhere. God damn it. Your mama's bedroom. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all that. Anything you can think of as far as streaming platforms go, except SoundCloud. I don't release any of my new stuff on SoundCloud because I feel like their monetization system's kind of fucked up. So, but anyways, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I want to go viral on there, so help me out.
Making chicken sandwiches and shit.
Yes.
On TikTok.
Hey, I'll make a mean spicy chicken sandwich.
Well, you can find us everywhere as well at Soul Serum, at Soul Serum TV, Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube, the main page, the TV page. John, is the video going to be out by the time that this podcast comes out? Go fucking watch the new E video, man. We went to a Christmas tree farm. Go watch that shit. It was cold as fuck. It was like 9 a.m. It was 5 degrees. It was terrible. Go watch the new video. And as always, I'm your host, Clay Bonin.
Hayes from the KY.
And we will see you all next week. Deuces.